Welcome back, Darbe Nokes, the Credit Gal, and I'm here with two fantastic guests, Dave Babiracki, broker and owner of Pacific Shores Real Estate Incorporated, and his son, who also has worked with him for the last 7 years with Pacific Shores Real Estate Incorporated, John Babiracki. And, you know, before the break, we were talking about, obviously we're talking about real estate and the home buyer program, the great program that you put together. But we were talking about the things that stand in your way. And obviously, credit can stand in your way, but it can be restored. And it cannot, you know, then it will not be an issue. That is an option. And also, we were talking about how income, you know, a lot of people think that, you know, I have to have a certain income. I have to have a certain money that I have to put down. But you were actually mentioning there actually are programs out there with no money down. So can you kind of just elaborate on some of that, Dave?
Well, yeah, there's actually a few different programs with no money down. There's everybody's familiar with the VA loan. So if you're a veteran and you're not using that veteran loan, I think that's probably the best one if you're a veteran. And that you could get in with absolutely zero money down.
And didn't you just have a buyer this past weekend?
Oh, absolutely. And we've seen a lot of veterans that are coming back from Iraq or Afghanistan that have been serving the country, and it's a great opportunity to take advantage of those.
And what happened? So you were able to get the VA loan that you were able to do. You were able to get no money down on that?
Absolutely. All VA loans they can be no money down. They don't have to be.
But they can.
Absolutely.
But that definitely is an option. And John, are you seeing a lot of that now? I mean, is that would you say that's the crust of your business, or is that just a piece of it?
It's starting to increase more with more troops returning. I think that's definitely increasing.
And it is a better option, right? I mean, because they either come back and they're going to rent. Right, so a lot of people, rental properties, I mean, it's amazing, rental properties. I wish I owned a lot of them,
well,
right?
The thing is, Darby, people are paying when they're renting, they're paying somebody else's mortgage. So, and where we see this as home ownership is the only way to really get ahead financially. Anybody that has any significant net worth owns real estate. And that's incredibly important to do that. So getting your foot in the door, owning that first piece of property, it's about increasing people's financial situations or improving them dramatically from where they may have started. Once you get into home ownership, if you're paying, you know, in a lot of areas it's $2,025 up to $3,000 a month to rent, it's basically buying a home, your payment's pretty much the same. So you're either paying somebody else's mortgage or you're paying your own.
Yeah, and I like the idea of paying my own mortgage and owning something. And your house is your asset. It's one of the biggest assets, usually the biggest asset most of the time that people have. And I think people are just uneducated, y'all, and they just don't know, and they don't know that there's, like you were saying, John, there's just so many options out there. And I mean, there's just so many different options, and you don't know until you call. So I'm going to say this number now, and I want people to please jot it down. And if you're driving in the car, just please jot this down. It's 323-810-7750. And that's 323-810-7750. And you can absolutely talk to John and Dave and see if you are in that position. You don't want to pay somebody else's mortgage. You want to get in, especially this buyer assistant program. We can start restoring your credit if that's one of the things that we need to do. And if we do that through this buyer assistance program, as you mentioned at the first of the show today, Dave, that you will actually, that's part of the transaction, that you will actually pay for that.
Absolutely.
Putting them in a better place to get a better interest rate. Because people don't understand. A lot of people go, well, I can buy a car and just pay our higher interest rate. And, I can pay more money down on a car. But when you're talking about a home, it's usually a lot more money, right? When you're talking about a home.
Well, there's homes are different. Either if you have really bad credit, you're getting a hard money loan and you have to have a large money down. In this type of market, what we're looking at is getting them not even being able to get a loan unless you have decent credit.
Yeah, and that is just tough. I mean, people feel like they're stuck, but I just want you to know that with this home buyer program, and I'm really excited that we've partnered with y'all because we're just going to help so many people. Because my experience is when I work with realtors and brokers, they put them in our United Credit Restoration Program, obviously able to come back and get in a program that's good for them, a real estate loan that's good for them, but it affects so many other areas of your life as well. And, you know, a lot of people just don't realize that because they're stuck. They're stuck. They're paying rent. They're paying their bills. They go to their job every week and they pay their bills. They pay rent. They pay somebody else's mortgage. But with this buyer assistant program, they have the ability, and all it is a phone call, right? I mean, it's John, it's not, there's no obligation. It's a phone call and you'll walk them through, right?
Yeah, just give us a call. You know, everybody's circumstance is different. Everybody has a unique situation, and we just like to make you aware of your options and see what we could do to help you, you know, so you don't feel so stuck.
Okay, great. Well, we'll be right back. I've been with Dave Babiracki and John Babiracki with Pacific Shores Real Estate Incorporated.